Alright, well, that was unintentional. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Final Fantasy XI Let's Play style-ish video that wasn't supposed to be starting in the middle of a cutscene, especially a cutscene where I just realized you can't read what he's saying. But all the same, we're going to roll with it. So, I was streaming some Final Fantasy XI today, mostly because the fan event that's taking place is taking place in about 3.5 hours from when I'm recording this video. And with all the talk about Blue Mage recently in Final Fantasy XIV, the combination of those things led to a bunch of people requesting that I make a Final Fantasy XI Blue Mage series kind of thing within the Let's Play, because people just kind of want to know why Blue Mage was one of the more requested things, or what kind of Blue Mage, I suppose, that 14's trying to replicate without you know, ruining the balance of the game. And as such, I figured, you know what, at the very least, let me throw out a unlocking Blue Mage video and a video explaining how learning the skills are and the little intricacies to it in the equip system that Final Fantasy XI uses, because why not? Now, unfortunately, all the quest dialogue is hidden beneath the thing that's blocking the chat. That's because there's a ton of crazy stuff that happens in shout chat, and any tells I might receive, and though I'm slash away, link shell messages, any of that, just keeping people's private business off the YouTube video. So this is the quest NPC to unlock Blue Mage, and I was going to start the video in front of him, and I tabbed into the game and clicked him by accident, so we're starting the video here. This guy's name is Woud, and this is where you would start the Blue Mage questline in Final Fantasy XI. Now, this job is part of the Ot-Ergon expansion. As such, the Western Ot-Ergon, Ot-Ergon Whitegate is where you would go to to start this quest. I'm at J10 positionally. I'll show you the map after I get out of this quest. And basically, this guy's going to ask me some questions and answers, or some questions, and I need to answer them. And if I answer them wrong, I have to wait a game day and pay him 1,000 gil before he'll actually unlock the job for me. So first, I divine from your appearance that you hail from the Western Continent, a place we here in this land know as the Middle Lands. An adventurer, yes? The Empire of Ot-Ergon recruits mercenaries on a grand scale, as she does all things. Our meager city has become a scurrying anthill of activity. But you did not come here for simple gossip. Destiny brought you to me, and it is of destiny I shall speak. Yes. Gaze on fate's tapestry, I will indeed. So now he's going to ask me a bunch of questions, and I have the Q&A here. So I'm going to read you the questions and the answers to this. Most excellent. I shall now proceed to ask you several questions. My divinations follow a somewhat unorthodox process. Answer truthfully, and all shall be revealed. And some very intense Q&A music, as you can hear. What is destiny? Destiny is one forges for oneself. Does the accomplishment of a goal require sacrifice and hardship? Absolutely. You hold in your hands a forbidden scroll. Reading it will bring you untold wisdom. Is this Fallout? Like, this feels like the test at the beginning of Fallout. Reading it will bring you untold wisdom, but cost all that you own. Burn the scroll? Question mark? If the loss of one life would save 10,000, would you offer yourself without hesitation? Without hesitation. Would you choose a tumultuous life where fame and fortune were attainable, or a tranquil life where both were forever beyond your reach? A chaotic life. You stand on the precipice between life and death. Would you choose to live life as a beast if it were to save you from falling into the shadowy abyss of the underworld? Embrace life as a beast. A companion in battle turns against you, raising a weapon to attack. Let's see. Cut him down? Question mark. A loved one is afflicted with a terrible illness and has little time left to live. You are asked to end that life by your own hand. Grant the request? You are in the midst of a fierce battle. The enemy lying at your feet was once a friend. His breath is ragged and weak. End his pain? And finally, a superior to whom you owe a great debt orders you to act in a way that violates your sense of justice. Follow your sense of justice. As such, we should have completely finished the Q&A and can actually do the quest. Thank you for your patience. The answers you have provided will be most helpful in our divination. Let's look upon what has been revealed. So if I'd gotten any of those wrong, I would have had to start over. And yeah, we don't want to do that. So I made sure to cheat by looking it up on the BG Wiki. Sky, flame, gale, stone, and spring. I see all 5 serpent symbols. This sign heralds a turning point in your destiny. A time will come when you must choose one of 2 paths. The road you walk will be entirely up to you. Even I cannot ascertain what awaits you at the end of each path, yet one must be chosen nonetheless. This choice cannot be avoided. This is super generic, dude. Any fortune teller would tell me this thing, and then anytime I have a decision, I'll be like, they were right. My divination is at an end. Have I unsettled you? A seer I may be, but I suggest you take these divinations with a light heart, no matter what the sign suggests. Should a sign prove to be a gentle push that was needed, then consider it a blessing. Now comes the matter of payment. I'm told that an object of incredible rarity can be found in the Middle Lands. Would you consider bringing me this prize in place of the common coin? To be truthful, the one who wishes to gaze upon this object is my own bedridden mother, a final wish from a curious old lady. Do not concern yourself with haste. My dear mother clings to life with surprising ferocity. The object of which I speak is precious in the Near East, but worth precious little elsewhere. The treasure I would have you seek is a precious stone, said to be as red as blood and found in a land of geysers. The discovery of this object is apparently made easier under very particular conditions, but I am not sufficiently familiar with the geography of your continent to even know where to start. I cannot provide you with the name of this treasure, but perhaps with your knowledge... My apologies. Do not need to hear the woes of some street corner fortune teller. In fact, I shall not ask payment of you this day. And please forget my unreasonable request. May fortune smile upon you. So there we go. Wild will mention one of the 3 items. The treasure I have you seek is a precious stone and is said to be as red as blood and found in a land of geysers. So a land of geysers refers to Dagger Stone, which anyone who's started in Bastak or done a handful of quests should be able to identify if you played Final Fantasy XI. So he could have said one of several things. He could have said treasure I seek would be a pinch of golden sand. That would have been a Valkyrim sun sand, which can only be found in Valkyrim Dunes at a wrecked ship in the middle of dust storms. A Siren's Tear, which probably would have been the best bet. That would have been the treasure I would have you seek as a jewel. It is said to glow with a bluish tint and be found near the bank of a certain river. That would have been Northern Gustaberg, and that would have been the easiest one because I just have to speak to the area in question with no weapons equipped at all. Specifically, I think main or sub-weapons. I don't know if throwing weapons would count either. And finally... we have the Dagger Stone. The treasure I would seek is a precious stone. It's said to be red as blood and found in the land of geysers, and that's the one we landed on. So we're going to go get the item now, and then when the game day changes, we are going to have to come back to him and hand that in. And as such, I didn't get a look at the time, but we'll see very quickly if I'm going to have to wait a full hour to continue this recording. I suspect I'll have to do a few supercuts. Nope, looks like the game day is about to change. I suspect I'll probably have to do a few cuts. The Dagger Stone, if I recall correctly, requires a certain weather, and if it's not that weather, it's not going to be great. Let's see. Examine the question mark at the border of I-5 and J-5 in Dagger Stone during sunny weather or clear weather, and then the question mark disappears during any other. So if the question mark is there, then I qualify, pretty much. All right, so Dagger Stone, we are going to take our survival guide right here. And we are going to Dagger Stone. There we go. Man, so I was playing this today, like I said, in advance. I've already told you everything you need to know about the quest. So I was playing this in advance of that fan event. We don't know if it had any sort of news. By the time you're seeing this, the fan event will probably have been live, have already aired. There's a good chance that there's little relevance in what I'm about to say right here. A lot of people are very much anticipating some sort of news regarding either the mobile version of the game, which I know laughable with recent events, but it's something that they haven't spoken about much in years. Some sort of new add-on scenario, or just some details regarding upcoming patches for Final Fantasy XI. They haven't done an event this size in quite some time. They have done fan events in recent times, which they are just simply calling this a fan event, but everyone else is calling it a Vava Fest, so maybe they officially revealed it was a Vava Fest and I missed it. But I don't know what I really hold in terms of anticipation for 11. 11 already gets updated on a monthly basis. It's usually not big content updates, but reasonable, I feel, considering, you know, how many activities you'll generally have to spend your time going through as it is in order to get to those current new endgames that they've been adding on the story quests and whatnot. And I don't think the mobile version, because I think, as a lot of people have pointed, who really invites a bunch of PC players to talk about a mobile game, right? Oh, yeah. As much as people are kind of anticipating it could be something like that, I feel like maybe not the time. unless they pair it with another announcement, in which case, sure. For the Dagger Stone, by the way, I have to go, like I said, to J5 and between J5 and I5. And to do that, I have to use these geysers, which when I stand on them, whoop. And now that I'm up here, there's level 85 plus monsters, so I need to be a little careful. Now, they're not very dangerous. I can kill them, but I can also just sneak past them. So I'm going to opt into doing that as my ninja. And let's see. It says I don't need daytime. But yeah, I don't know if they said they've been messing around with the cutscene technology for this game again. And I feel like that's really all that's going to come of it. I feel like a new add-on scenario, maybe that's like $5-10 or something like that. But Yoshida himself, who's in charge of the business division that runs Final Fantasy XI right now, has said they don't really have any expansions planned, but they do have a lot of content planned for the next year. He seems to sympathize, I guess, with the producers and the developers that still work on 11, that they want to ramp things up. You know, they don't want to rest on their laurels anymore and just kind of say, hey, our game is, you know, it is what it is. It's this old, you know, we'll do what we can, but that's it. It seems like they really want to, you know, I guess inject some life into 11. And I'd say that, you know what, it's probably working. If I do a see all real quick, there's almost 3,000 people online right now. Even for Asura, that's definitely well above the average. And there's been some other recent events that have no doubt led to that surge of players, but it's still a little surprising to see. I've even heard of other servers, which generally aren't too crazy populated, doing pretty well with stuff like, I remember hearing the Shiva server had 650 concurrent online, which for those older servers, or for those other servers, I guess I should say, is unusual to say the least. All right, I and J5. So that would mean here, wouldn't it? I wonder if, no, it looks like it might be cloudy right now. Let's see. It could be up top also. Why don't I just look at the picture? That's I4. Oh, no, it's back the other way. What am I doing? It's got to be I and J5. Yeah. It's right there. I walked in here. All right. Well, that's assuming that this is considered... It looks cloudy to me. It looks like this will probably be a weather that doesn't qualify, so we might need to wait around and I'll just do a cut back to the Dagger Stone. But yeah, I mean, 11's been something that I've been rather enjoying here on retail. I'm definitely not someone who looks back on the old days and wants that again, but it's been interesting seeing some of the quality of life and new content that's been added to the game after all these years. And one thing I've always said about 11, or something I've felt in regards to recent times, yeah, it's definitely not here right now, is that Final Fantasy XI did a really good job of advertising the death of its game. You know, Rhapsody's Havana deal, you know, a year more of content, and then we don't really have any, you know, guaranteed plans after that. A couple mobile games, one of which is not doing so great in the form of Grandmasters, even though I really like it. And then another one that we haven't heard about in all these years. We've only seen a handful of screenshots. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what comes of this, and if they can, I guess, advertise that their game's not done, because it feels like they really need to, because that's about all the information that we have. All right, so let me see here. So it looks like it's supposed to be... Where's the tree? Is this the tree? Yeah, so it looks like it's supposed to be... No, actually, it doesn't look like it's supposed to be right here. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I find... Oh, that's where it's supposed to be. So when it's actually ready to appear, this looks like where it's supposed to be. Let me just see. No, never mind. No, it doesn't. I don't know which one is... Oh, maybe it's that one. I'm just looking for trees, man. Oh, that's it. This is 100% it. Yeah. So this area right here is exactly where it'll spawn when the weather conditions match up. So it needs to be sunny or clear weather. And this is a rare EX item, meaning it can't be traded, it can't be purchased. It can be delivered to another character on the same account, but it can't be auctioned. Basically, the only way for me to obtain this is to have it already, which I don't think I do. It'd be pretty cool if I did. Or for me to wait here until the weather I guess the sky clears up. So this is where we're probably going to do a supercut where I just turn the recording off and I come back when it actually spawns. And we'll pick up where we left off with my train of thought and unlocking the Blue Mage from this point on. We're pretty far along with the quest. In case you're wondering how much quest is left before we get going after this, he'll request the item from me. I'll take it to him. He'll tell me to take it someplace else. And then I'll have to take it to another area, answer a few more questions, and then I'll have Blue Mage unlocked. So we're actually pretty far along with the quest. And as such, I will see you when this item actually spawns. Alright, so it's literally been maybe like 3 minutes. Looks like the sky has cleared up as I can see the moon now. And there you go. The thing I was looking for is right there. You see something shining. Pick it up. There you go. And so we have our Dagger Stone, and this is the item we are going to need. So very quickly, let me just return. I'm going to teleport back to Muhara. We're going to walk back to that NPC. And we should have Blue Mage unlocked in no time. Now keep in mind, in order to even do this quest, I probably should have mentioned it at the beginning, but the odd circumstance under which I started the video kind of threw me off. You need to have at least one job at level 30, and obviously you need to have access to the Adolin areas in order to reach the NPC. So those are really the only conditions you're looking at in particular. Taking a look at the official dialogue, all it says is the exact same thing. NPC and level 30. Although, to be fair, the amount of work I have to do to this job after unlocking it kind of makes that not really my main concern. So let's head back to Ot-Urgan. We will go to... I wonder which one's the closest. Oh, this one's definitely the closest. Home point 2. Assuming there's no home point in the bottom right. I don't think there is. Alright. You know, I figured in 2018 maybe the loading would be a little faster. It's not. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, luckily it didn't take too long. I basically perused the rest of the page that had the details of the quest, and by the time I looked back, the little shining thing was right in front of me. Occasionally I like to tab out and take a look at some stuff, just to make sure that, you know, for example, OBS is running and recording, or read the wiki page. Sometimes I might just like do random stuff off on the side, but you won't see it. It'll just look really weird in-game when I start like auto running into a wall or something. Alright, so after the previous conversation we had, and going to get the item based on the hint that he gave us, we need to wait for the game day to change, which it has. It's now Lightning's Day. And in case you want to see that, there you go. You can see it just above the left-hand side of my little logo that's been squished in the bottom left. And so now when we speak to him, we should get some other... you have returned. I hope you have forgotten our previous exchange. My words were hasty and ill-considered. So now I have to say that they moved me to action. If you say the other thing, I don't know if anything changes, but move me to action actually moves the quest along so that he can request the item that I have. Are you sure of this? 1,000 blessings on your house. I'm speechless with gratitude. Again, my apologies. I know not the name of the object, but I do remember some clues. The treasure I would have you seek is a precious stone. It is said to be as red as blood and found in the land of the geysers. Yeah, so this is the exact same information he gave me before. He's just reminding me in case I come back to him. Now, when I trade him the item, he's going to tell me to take it to a different location. And that's going to be the location where we finish unlocking the job. So he will recognize the item and say, yes, this is it. This is the wondrous Dagger Stone the traveler spoke of. To be perfectly honest, it was the mother of a colleague who wished to gaze upon this treasure. He keeps lying to us. I'm afraid I have another favor to ask you. Would you consent to deliver this to my colleague? I cannot leave the city, you see. 1,000 apologies. My colleague is currently part of the Imperial Patrol that apprehends desecrators of the ruins found in the Idea Subterrane. The Idea Subterrane runs beneath Baflau thickets. May the wind of fortune guide you. So now we have to head out to a zone that's adjacent to Al-Zabi, which is connected to Ot-Urgan and is part of the city. And someone waved to me. I have the busy signal on, so I'm just going to panic and run away. Mostly because, you know, I got that away symbol on. I think, listen. The person who just waved at me after I was done talking to the guy, if you're watching this, I'm waving at you in real life. You can't see me, but I promise that I'm waving at you. Alright, so we're going to walk out to the west, and we need to go to the cave at I-7 in Bafalao Thickets. I'll take a look at it when we actually get there, out on the map. Then we have to zone into Idea. It gives me some directions to actually get to the location, and boom. We'll answer a couple questions, and we'll have Blue Mage. You know, I've never actually unlocked or done any of the grinding for Blue Mage. This will be my first time doing it. This is not my original character back from when I played the game in the early to mid to late 2000s. And this character was actually made fresh during a free login period. I think 3 login periods ago at this point. To basically do all the story quests to celebrate the anniversary of the game at that point. I believe it was the 15th anniversary when I actually went ahead and did it. And I got through almost all the story quests in that free 2 or 3 weeks. I believe I finished... I know I finished Rhapsodies. I think the only things I didn't finish... I don't think I finished Treasures, Wings, or Seekers. But I finished Xylart and COP and then almost had some of those other ones done. And then made sure I had finished Rhapsodies. So I got through all of those in a pretty quick time frame. I had Samurai leveled. I leveled Puppet Master since then, which has a few hundred job points. My Ninja right now. My Puppet Master's in a pretty good place, minus not having all the job points. So I swapped my focus over to my Ninja right here. And now I'll be leveling the Blue Mage. Whether or not I level it to 99, not really sure. Because I really want to focus on my Ninja with the time that I do spend online, which is not a whole lot. I have my item level 119 relic weapon. I would like to get the 10,000 plutons to finish that. And I have 29 million gil, so I need like just about 20 million more to finish that if I really want it. Or to just farm the plutons, which is a pain. But I would much rather be doing that. But some people on my stream were like, nah, dude, you should do this Blue Mage video. And I'm like, okay, fine. One of them threw 50 bucks at me too and said, I really just want to see you suffer. And I was like, everyone was asking, somebody threw 50 bucks at me, and I was like, all right. I'll at least do 1, maybe 2. I don't really want to do a video. I don't want to do a video series of me learning every Blue Magic spell. Anyone who's played 11 and has played Blue Mage knows why I don't want to do that. Honestly, one big reason is Abyssy. Because I don't want to do Abyssy, and to get one of the best abilities, which is Mighty Guard, I kind of need to. So I really don't want to. So I-7 looks like it is not too far from here. Let's see. It looks like it's up by that signal tower. So it's probably that little divot in the bottom right of I-7 that leads into the cave. So let's head that way. There's no Odin wandering around, is there? Honestly, half the time I see Odin wandering around, or I'm sorry, Dark Rider, it's usually in this zone, but it's very rare, so it doesn't seem to be here at the moment. Excuse me if my voice is a little raspy. The winter is upon us, even in California, when the weather starts getting a little cooler. Doesn't seem to matter where I live. I just get naturally congested. I never feel sick. I just have to like clear my throat more, and when I sleep, I get congested, and like every year it's the same thing. Some people say it's allergies, but this happened in New Jersey. It happened in California. I don't know. Anyway, we took that over to the Idea subterrane right here. And we are now also going to sneak an invis. There's probably some Chigos and some other bad guys in the area that they wouldn't cause me trouble, but I don't want to fight them. And head down to the first large room and fall off the ledge into a room full of worms. All right, well, the first large room, I'm assuming, is this one. And if it's looking for worms, I'm assuming it means all the slime eaters on the right. It does indeed look to be these. Yes, this is a bunch of worms. These can and will aggro by sound immediately to the left. Immediately. Oh, it wants me to fall down here. Immediately to the left, there's a steep ramp that leads towards a spot with leeches and a large pool in the center. Step into the circle of the pool for a cutscene. Alright, so this is the leech room right here, and there's the pool in the middle with the excavation site. So when we step into this, it says we should get a cutscene. There we go. You must have the requested item in your inventory. And then we have to answer yes to both questions. Oh my goodness. So apparently if you say no to all three of these things, he erases your memory and you have to start the whole quest over. So do not say no here. Glad that I read that. What's going on, Yasfel? How you doing? I regret to inform you that the Dagger Stone you brought me was nothing more than a ruse. You merely wish to test the limits of your innermost desire for power. Yes, we needed to gauge your suitability. You undertook what was, in essence, an unreasonable request and completed the task admirably. Such commitment is worthy of praise. But it will all come back to your search for power. I stand before you as one who holds the only key to unlocking your potential. Naturally, this power comes at a price. Something precious will be lost to you, though you may not even notice it is missing. If you are willing to pay the price, if you truly desire the power that a blue mage wields, take my hand. Yes. Yes. Okay, now we have blue mage. Woohoo, we did it. We're also going to get teleported back to the White Gate. Right here. There's also an extra cutscene for Woud, which we will eventually have to do to get our artifact quests, but we don't have to do it right now. Your life now belongs to the Empress and the Empire. Cool. The potential is ready for your inspection. His cobalt levels were very low, and I was afraid this would be another failure, but he somehow clawed his way back from the edge of death. His answers were not entirely truthful. You were the one who transplanted this. This loathsome Ahriman lens. Hold your tongues. He awakens. Yeah, dude. Do you know who I am? I will mess up every single one of y'all. Okay. Give me that blue magic. Congratulations, Mr. Happy. Welcome to the ranks of the Blue Mages. However, at this moment you are but an empty vessel, a base creature, weaker than the most ordinary mortal. A Blue Mage must wrest his strength and vitality from his enemies. Show me your hunger for unrivaled power. This is the only guidance I shall give you. Thanks, Raubon. If you prove your worth, you may one day find a place among the immortals. Cool. And with that, we have unlocked Blue Mage. That didn't take too long. I don't know how long the first part of the video was, but at the very least, I should be able to explain the basics of Blue Mage. Let's see how long the first part was. Let's see. Let's go to my hard drive. Recordings. Let's see right here. Okay. Let's make our way towards the Mog house, at least so we can change into the job. So the big thing with Blue Mage, as you may have guessed, is that the entire premise of the job is to learn spells from enemies by fighting them in battle, and then learning the skills sometimes when seeing them use certain skills in battle. I, of course, will have a list of blue magic at my disposal, and I will do my best to learn as many spells, even if most of them are not going to be, well, that mandatory. It's taking me a very long time to get the length of this video because I have so many recordings, it's taking forever to load them. Either way, this one only took like another 12 minutes. I can't imagine this video being longer than 27 minutes at this point. Maybe not even. I talked to an NPC and teleported to Dagger of Wadi. How long could it be, right? There we go. Now I can see it. Properties. That is not a length. None of these things are a length. 15 minutes and 42 seconds. All right. So that's probably pretty accurate. So yeah, it's just about 27, 28 minutes. Let's see. So if I go unlock Blue Mage real quick, I should probably grab a sword while I'm at it, huh? Just a level 1 sword real quick. Might as well grab some stuff out of my delivery box while I'm at it. Let's see. Listen, man, this is all Plutons. I already told you what I wanted. That Abyss Diver's Feather? Dude, that's Plutons. So I go to change job, and on the list, right here, right above my Puppet Master, we have Blue Mage. There are all sorts of subs that are okay for this. Sub Warrior is not all too uncommon, especially for those who are focused mostly on self-buffing and then spamming CDC, which is one of the endgame weapon skills. Sub Thief for farming, not all too uncommon. I've seen some other subs be used as well, some of which I don't have. But all the same, I am now a Blue Mage. So upon unlocking Blue Mage, when I go over to my Blue Magic, I actually don't know. Maybe I need to learn Blue Magic before it'll start showing me all the point systems and everything. Probably the case, considering I don't have a single spell to my name. Let's see here. Do I have any equipment I can use at the very least? I've got a staff. Yeah, no, I'm not going to roll with that. Do I have anything else? Oh, I've got a shirt. Look, a Shadow Lord shirt. Look how cool that is. This is not meant for combat, by the way. Allows me to teleport to the castle's Fall Keep, though. Yeah, so a lot of this gear doesn't really matter, which is the main reason why I probably don't have that much of it. Gear early on is not much of a factor because you just level so fast. I'll probably end up picking up a bunch of levels before I learn a single spell, considering the rate at which you earn experience points now. So I'm just... okay, I'm gonna get something that isn't this. I've got to have something in, like, one of these that's level 1 that isn't that. I've got a Goblin Bell. Some of these items, man. Got a Ducal Guard's ring. Okay, so nothing in there. I've got a lot of items. I've got some Blue Mage stuff waiting for me. Look, I got this eye level 119 sword waiting for me. I got this Holy Sword waiting for me. I got a lot of Holy Swords because they're used to spawn certain bosses. And I got some items. Look, I got some items. I don't have the right items, apparently. What's in my satchel? There we go. Was that it? Did I not? Oh. Well, that's not great. I don't seem to have a body piece. Again, it doesn't really matter. But it would have been good. Not that I can't also just buy them again, but at the very least I have a real pair of gloves? Yeah. Oh no, I have the Golden Circle right here. You know what? I didn't even look. I just realized. Didn't even look. Alright, so let me go get a sword real quick. Or I guess a couple of swords. I don't remember what trait I need for dual... Or what level or what skill I need to get dual wield as a trait. Let me pull up my Blue Mage page. I got all the information that I need. Dual wield. Okay, it does not say on the list, so I'm going to have to find that someplace else. Either way, all the same. Level 1, I have Sandspin, Pollen, and Foot Kick. Those are the 3 skills I can learn. So those are all different skills, it looks like, from the level 1 areas. Sandspin would be from worms, Pollen would be from bees, and Foot Kick would be from rabbits. Then we have Power Attack, Sprouts Back. Now, of course, the level that I am also determines the spells that I'm capable of learning. And, or the level of the spell, I guess I should say. Maximum number may decrease when Blue Mage is under a level restriction, so the set number is easy for color reference. Okie dokie. According to this, I only have 6 points to assign. And so what we're going to do... Pollen's probably the best one for me to learn early on. And Bastak is pretty good for both Sandspin and Pollen. So I'm going to go to the markets, get a couple of swords, and we're going to go out there and see if we can get a little lucky. So remember, we need to see the skill be used and then kill the enemy to have a chance at learning it. So the slower I level, the better off I'll be. As such, I will probably try to grab... I guess just a healing Maybe a bard also? Bard's not going to have any songs at this level, I don't think. Ooh, so I just ran into... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, I just spent a bunch of sparks today. I don't think I'm going to have the sparks to do this. Looks like I do. Alright, so I can use a wax sword and then a Xiphos. Although I might want to just stick to the wax sword just for feeding TP. It's probably my best bet. Using a low-level sword just to feed TP is probably going to be the way I go about doing this. So we're going to step out here and see if we can learn our first blue magic spell. Now, I'm looking at this list of spells, and that's a big list. There's also some that can only be used under the condition of using the ability Unbridled Learning. One of the most deadly ones is Mighty Guard. Not deadly, but one of the most useful ones is Mighty Guard. And that is on that list. As such, not much I can really do about that. So, I'm afraid killing these level 1s is actually not going to potentially yield me anything. Because I have a feeling they're going to die before they get to use a single ability. So I'm going to kill a couple just to get a level or two. And then I'm going to go up to the tougher ones. And that will hopefully be better. Yeah, because as you can see, they're not long for this world. In fact, I wonder if I could just go up there as a level 1 with just like a bunch of healer NPCs. I'm afraid I'll die in a single hit. I guess we'll find out, because that's what I'm about to go do. I mean, even if I tried using a tank trust, none of them are going to have provoke at this level, so... We'll just... although Joachim throws stones, so it may not be the best. Well, that's... I mean, there are abilities I can learn from goblins. Oh, it's only tough. That's not too bad. Alright, so I want a man-eating hornet. I want to learn pollen first. So one of the big things about learning blue magic is the rate at which you learn blue magic is enhanced whenever you... the higher your blue magic skill is. So getting something like pollen really early on, something that I can just spam on myself to learn. Also, actually, Bard level 1 has Mini, which increases my defense, which will help a lot. That's going to be incredibly useful, because then I can spam it, increase my blue magic skill, and keep it capped despite the very quick leveling. On top of that, I could also use my sparks to buy books that increase blue magic skill in a different way. They just, every time you use them, it gives you a skill up. I don't have a lot of sparks, and the sparks I do have, I'd much rather be spending on earning gil. So he just used pollen. So now my goal is to kill him and hope that I actually learn it. So that's what we're going to do. I mean, I was going to kill him anyway, but now that he's used pollen, I can just, like, expedite the process. And did not learn it, it looks like. Let me just make sure. It is not possible to use blue magic. First, the spells you wish must be set. Okay. Skill from waste blue magic. Must be set as your main job to learn. One has a chance to acquire when defeating a monster that has used it. Must execute the spell, but it does not have to land. Okay, yeah. It looks like I just didn't learn it that one time. We're just going to keep going then. That's all there really is to it. Those worms will teach Sandspin. This will teach me this. Apparently, this Azure Lore right here will have no effect on helping me learn it. So it's just a matter of patience. And this is what you do. This is how you start as Blue Mage. Blue Mage is a whole hell of a lot of work for a pretty good amount of payoff in the end. Because once you can actually set all the abilities, the amount of damage you can do with something like a Magic Burst, or, oh my goodness, Joaquin, please. The damage you can do with something like a Magic Burst, or something you can do with, you know, just constantly hitting monsters and generating TP and doing skill chains. Is you've got quite a few options, although I tend to see most people lean towards the physically attacking option. Seems to be among the more common ones I see used. Unfortunately, the only ability I know is Fast Blade at this point, which isn't really going to go very far. So if he uses a sting attack on me, it's pretty much going to mean that this was pointless. Like, this enemy, in terms of learning a new skill, was pointless. This is why using... Final Sting, on the other hand, I mean, also meaningless, because I can't learn anything off that. And I'm also level 3 now, so... I'm 2 levels in. It's gonna be probably a while longer before I get the thing that I want. I would really like you to not walk towards that Goblin Thug. Okay, you've chosen to walk near the Goblin Thug. I'm going to choose to walk away from the Goblin Thug, because I don't want to fight him. I believe I learned Bomb Toss from Goblins. Let me see. Sprout Smack, Battle Dance, Hell Dive, Sheep Song, Bludgeon, Blast Bomb, Bomb Toss. It's level 28 ability. Goodness. Look at this. I'm already doing too much damage to this thing. It's almost dead. I'm going to have to take my weapons off and just punch it at this rate. Well, I have to let it hit me. But Joaquin could easily just throw something at it and kill it. There you go, Pollen. So now I hope. Nope. That's a big nope, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to laugh if I was doing this wrong, man. I would believe it, too. I'd believe where it's like, yeah, dude, I don't know what you think you're doing, but... It's not working. What you doing's not the correct thing there, buddy. Oh, wait. No, don't aggro. Thank you. Nope, walked right around him. Now I've got a man-eating hornet. Please teach me pollen. Let's go over here. There's another one over there. Maybe I should kill a couple of worms. See if I get a little lucky. That's why I don't even want to resummon. Honestly, I probably should just get rid of Joaquin so he doesn't do any throwing attacks. As those actually do a pretty decent amount of damage. He's throwing one right now. He missed, so it's no problem. Yeah, well, I can do one more attack. Alright, rest is on you, man-eating hornet. Oh, Goblin Thug, please. Oh, good. And Pollen. That's the ability I want to see. Didn't learn it. Slowly but surely, we're working on it. I made sure to read the page, and it doesn't say there's anything else. It just says that, as a blue mage, you have a chance of learning skills. That's all I'm getting from it currently. First few skills I expect to be pretty rough. I'm just making sure there's nothing else I am missing in regards to Blue Mage. The only does not need the target. It's not to be the target of the spell or affect the enemy in any way. The only requirement is that enemies use the spell at least once, and that the Blue Mage is an EXP, and the Blue Mage's party alliance deals the killing blow. The Blue Mage does not need to be in the same zone. I don't even think he got to use an ability there. About to have to go kill even higher level ones. Well, this thing I'm just going to kill, because I don't even think I can learn it yet. Dude, I'm going to have to just take my fist weapons out. Maybe if I go sub-red mage and spam Dia? Oh my goodness, this thing dies so fast. Let me try taking my sword off and see what my accuracy looks like. Thing is, I don't have any hand-to-hand skill, which means attacking is just slow in general. Well, I have 6, which is from merits, I want to say. I'm very slow, but I think it's doing what I want it to. Maybe I'll learn Sandspin here. Dude, the amount of times I actually see these things use Sandspin, not very often. I also think the higher the level of the enemy, I'm pretty sure the more likely you are to learn the ability. Not in comparison to you, but just its level in total. Pretty sure the higher level ones are more likely to teach. Gastric Bomb is not the correct skill. Pretty sure I cannot learn that. Oh, I just noticed you're an orange at MP. I might want to swap back. I don't think this is doing me any good anymore. Not unless I plan to wait for him to use Sandspin again. Alright, I'm going to get rid of Joaquin so he doesn't deal any extra damage. You just let him attack him, too. This is fine. Just hit him a few times and try to sand spin again. Joaquin, do not throw anything at the Stone Eater. Take the damage. Take your lumps. This is fine. Just take your lumps. That is, again, not the correct skill, so... I am going to... resummon Yorn Orin. And continue on my journey. I would like to learn one ability in this first part. One. Potentially. Maybe even consider it a little bit. Another Stone Eater? Okay, okay, I can deal with this. It's not Pollen, but if I learn anything at this point, it would be appreciated. I'm amazed that Kira didn't just outright pull aggro. I'm now very surprised that both of those combined did not pull aggro. Come on, use Sandspin. You know you want to. Come on. Come here, buddy. This one, I feel like this one's a way higher level than the last one. Oh, I think it finally started casting. Yep. That one's for you, Yorn Orin. Come on. That is full force blow. That is once again not Sandspin, and I am not waiting around for you to do another one. Come on, man-eating hornets. Where are you? I'm going to go up to the next level. I think the man-eating hornets on the next path up are a little bit higher level. If I see any hornets along the way, I'll grab them. There's one. Come on, I've been pretty okay with Pollen at least appearing so far. Oh. Oh. No. Okay. Well, that works. Suddenly. Oh, you know why it feels like that? I forgot. I'm still suffering from attack down. That's why it felt like that one took so much longer to kill. It's only for another, like, 12 seconds. I'll name the video Unlocking Blue Mage and Learning One Spell. And then I'm going to unlock none. Come on. Well, this Goblin Thug is going to be our friend. Really? Okay, no, you know what? I'm okay with that. Any second now. Come on, you got to use a weapon skill. You got to be, like, on the cusp. Any day now. Come on, land one more hit. Alright, now use Pollen. Now use Pollen. Hornet. Use Pollen. Alright, there you go. See? Did what I wanted. Now I'll kill him. I learned Pollen! There you go. See, we did learn this spell. I just had to talk about it the whole time. So now, what should happen is I have one ability. You cannot cast blue magic that has not been set. So now what I believe I can go and do is I go back to my, whatever it's called. Let me just make sure of this real quick. Weapon skill, range attack, job traits. Okay. I'm pretty sure I go back to town and set my magic. I don't see any other place to do it. Link shell. Oh, no, it's in the equipment screen. Isn't it? I don't remember where this is. Status. See, this is what happens when you haven't played it before. Blue magic that has not been set. I'm pretty sure I have to set blue magic in that. So, point total, each blue magic spell. How to read the blue magic spell window. You want to know something weird? I'm looking at the wiki page right now. And it doesn't mention where that set screen is. It's kind of unfortunate. I've got combo. I've got Azure Lore. That's my active spells. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go to town real quick. Synthesis. That's not it. That's crafting. You fool. I'm just taking a look now real quick. First, the spells must be set. Alright, let's see. In order to learn a spell, Blue Magic Skill can be learned 30 or less Blue Magic Skill points below the skill's cap. See Blue Magic Skill for an in-depth explanation. Not necessary to be the target. Cannot be learned. Cannot be learned. Cannot be learned. Cannot be learned from here. Cannot be learned from there. Yeah, it doesn't make mention of it anywhere. So we are gonna go back to town. And from town... Yeah, it's because I'm below level 20. And from town, we will see. I was going to try to avoid using the Warp Ring, but I'm just going to use it anyway. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to go to the Moogle to set it. I feel like all you need to do is be in a Mog house, and then it'll let me set it. But I don't know. I've never heard anyone actually mention the setting it or ask where to set it. So, like I said, I've never played Blue Mage before, but we basically need to set our abilities. And abilities have different costs in terms of like what your maximum points are that you can set. At level 1, I should have 6 points available, it looks like. I'm just going to take the home point immediately away from here. At least we know Pollen. That's getting something I can cast on myself is among the most important things early on. So I can just spam it to get some skill ups. Alright, let's take a step in here. And let's step in here and see if we get the option. If not, it's just a menu that I missed somewhere. Alright, so it says... Still says it needs to be set. So let's see the equipment screen. Just says you cannot use that command here. See, I thought it was somewhere here. Oh, wait. Set spells. Ah, I see it. So I just didn't see it because my UI is so small. So if you look in the top right, when I'm on the Blue Magic menu, if I go to press the sort option, which for on my PS2 controller would be triangle, or I guess the plus on the numpad for a keyboard, it says auto manual set spells. And when I go to the set spell menu, this is where it lets me know how many, how many skills I can have equipped. Different things have different point values, and this one only costs 1. So, with a value of only 1, that means it only takes up 1 of these 6 slots. Other abilities can cost 2, 4, a bunch of different ones. And these also give you various job traits. So that's one of the big things when it comes to learning a bunch of these, is they can give you things like, resistance to sleep, or the ability to dual wield, or things along those lines. So learning a bunch of the really good ones, a lot of that's balanced around what kind of job traits they offer, what kind of stats they offer, and what their overall effect is, and what kind of enemy you're going up against. That's the key thing with Blue Mage, is constantly looking through what spells you have set, and making sure they are the correct spells for the situation you are dealing with. If you have the incorrect ones, you'll probably pay for it soon enough. But anyway, that is just an overall explanation of the way that Blue Mage works, of unlocking the Blue Mage, getting a spell for the first time, and finally setting the spell, which was far more difficult in this video than it needed to be. We may do a follow-up video where we go about learning some additional spells as well. Let me know what you thought of this, and if you want to know more about Blue Mage, you want to see more with Blue Mage, definitely let me know in the comment section of the video below, especially ahead of Blue Mage joining Final Fantasy XIV as a limited job in January in patch 4.5. Anyway, thank you again for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned because hopefully we'll be having some more 11 news coming in the coming hours by the time I'm done recording this. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.